Hello my friends, today I'm going to show you the complete guide how to optimize Windows 11 for gaming. This is going to be a long video, so if you want to skip to any part, I'm going to leave the timestamps on the description below. Let's start. For the first step, we're going to be sure that Windows and your GPU drivers are up to date. For that, you want to right-click into the Start button right here, go into the settings, and on the left side, you're going to see Windows Update. Click on it, and you want to click into Check for Updates. If any updates occurs, you want to install them. And for your GPU, I'm not going to go really deep into the subject, but you want to have the Adrenaline software for AMD or the NVIDIA GeForce Experience for NVIDIA graphic cards, or you want to go into their website where you can choose what graphic card model you have, search for the drivers that you want, and install them from there. Now for the second step, we're going to improve the boot times in Windows itself and to close some background applications that you don't really need to have on the background running that is going to be taking performance out of your PC. And to make that, you want to right-click into the Start menu once more, go into the Task Manager, and right here you want to go into the tab where you see Startup. Click on it. And here are some of the applications that they are going to start when you start your PC. To disable them, you want to select any of them that you don't really want, for example this Canon EOS utility, right-click into it and click into Disable. Now this is not going to start with your PC. The Epic Games Launcher, I don't need them always, so I'm going to select into Disable. And you can do this with every one of them that you don't really need to start with your PC. And for the next step, you want to free space up of your disk drive. The first thing that we can do to make this is to go into the settings menu once more by right-clicking into the Start button. From here, you want to go into Apps and Feature. Now you want to go and check all the applications that you have downloaded in your system and install it. And any one of them that you don't really need, you want to click into the three dots right here and click into Uninstall. This will uninstall this application from your system. To clean a little bit more of space, you can close this right here, go into the search bar right here and type Run. This small little window is going to pop out and you want to type here percentage, temp, and percentage again. Click into OK, and now these are all the temporal files from Windows that you have in your system. You want to select every one of them, right-click into them, and click into Delete. If you see that you need to provide administrator permissions to delete this folder, you want to click into Do this for all current items and click into Continue. If some of them cannot be completed because the file is open, you want to check again the Do this for all current items and to click into Skip. You can do a couple of more things, but I think with this is mostly enough for what you're going to need. Now let's jump into the display settings. Right-click anywhere empty on your desktop and go into Display Settings. In here, scroll a little bit down until you see Scale. If you haven't already, set this to 100%, is the recommended one. And the display resolution, choose the biggest one recommended for your system. Now you want to click into Advanced Display. And again, in here, you want to choose the refresh rate. Again, I recommend you guys that you choose the biggest one that you have available so your games run more smoothly. Now, if you are looking for a complete guide on how to set up the NVIDIA control panel or the AMD control panel for your PC depending on the graphic card that you have, I have made already videos for that and you can check them out in the description. Now, let's go on. Now, let's change the power plan of Windows. You want to go into the search bar and type power plan. Now you can see right here the Choose a Power Plant button. Click on it. And in here, if you have an AMD Ryzen processor, you can choose between balanced or high performance. I recommend you guys that you choose high performance. If not, you want to choose the normal Windows high performance one. This is to make sure that all the components of your PC run at a high performance. Now, if you're in a laptop, you can leave it into balanced mode or power saver when you are running in battery mode, but when you are connected into the wall, I recommend you guys to choose again the high performance one. But I can show you right now, guys, how to activate a power plant that is even better. And for that, you can close this window right now, type into the search bar and type CMD. This is the command prompt. You want to right-click into it and to set Run as Administrator. And in here, you want to copy and paste the code that I'm going to let you guys in the description down below. You want to press Ctrl-V to paste, and now you want to press into Enter. As you can see right here, this unlocked the Ultimate Performance Power Plan. Now you can close the command prompt, go once more into Choose a Power Plan, and right here into Additional Plans, you are going to find the Ultimate Performance. Select on it, and it's going to be active for your PC. And now let's go with some gaming options in Windows 11. go once more into the settings menu. On the left side, choose gaming. The first thing that we're going to do right here is to go into the Xbox game bar, click on it, and turn this off if you don't really use it. Now go back into gaming, and right here you also see one related settings that is of graphics. Click on it, and here you want to go into every game that you see on this list right here, and to change this, click into it, and you want to click into options, and instead of using let Windows decide high performance, I recommend you guys that you choose simply high performance with the graphic card that you have. Click into save, and again do this to every game that you have installed in your PC. If you don't see any game that you have installed in this list, you want to click into browse and search in your drive for the games that you have. Now you can go back into the gaming tab and go into game mode. In the last years, Windows have really improved the game mode, so I recommend you guys that you leave it on. But if you are running with any problems at all, turn it off just in case and test the game once more. One last setting inside of gaming, you can go into captures, and if you don't really record your gameplay, or you have better options like OBS or NVIDIA Shadow Play, you want to turn everything right here into off. Now let's go and change some privacy settings, because sometimes this is going to send data to Microsoft that if you are okay with it, you can leave them on, but this is going to use a little bit of your PC and of your internet connection. So what I recommend you guys to do right here is to select every one of them and turn everything off. For example, go into general, and you see right here everything into on. I'm going to select everything off. Go back and do this with every one of them that you see right here. Again, this is something like personal preference, but this is going to use a little bit of resources from your system. Now let's do some tweaks inside of Windows. Go into System, and the first step is to go into Notifications. Right here, I would recommend you guys to set everything into off right here, because it can happen that you are playing a game and it's going to come some notifications. If you don't really need them, turn everything off. Now if you have some applications that you really need to have on while you're gaming, for example Discord, you have to set right here above everything to on, and to select everyone off, and let the only ones that you want to have on, of course. Now check Focus Assist, make sure that you have it off. If not, during sometimes you're going to be able to get the notifications. Go once more back into System, and now let's go into Multitasking. Now if you don't use this setting of snap windows, I recommend you guys to turn it off, or at least to make it while you are gaming. Because if by mistake you move any windows around when you're gaming, this can really hurt the performance of you in games. So you want to turn this into off. Once more back into System, scroll down until you see Remote Desktop. Once more guys, if you don't use this option right here, turn it to off. It's not going to hurt to have it off, and like this, it's not going to take resources from your system that you can allocate for games. Let's go right here when you see Personalization, and into Background. In Personalize your background, I recommend you guys that you select a picture or a solid color. If you use the slideshow or the Windows Spotlight, this is going to again use some resources from your PC every time the picture changes. It can also cause some jump in frames or some drop in frames in the moment that the picture changes. So I recommend you guys that you choose or select a static picture or a solid color for your background. Now go back and go into colors. Right here, these transparency effects are going to look beautiful, but this again takes some resources from your system. So especially if you have an older PC or you want to squeeze every frame possible from your game, turn this into off right here. Now let's go one more into the Apps tab right here on the left and go into Offline Maps. Now if you don't use any offline maps in your PC and you don't need them and you have any of them downloaded, make sure to delete them. Because again guys, this is going to take some storage in your system that you don't really need to have it full for one map if you don't really use it. Now go once more back into the apps and you see right here apps for website. If you don't use anything of this, I don't use them, I recommend you guys to set everything off. Again guys, the less things that you have active on your system, the more resources we can let for our games. And into apps once more, when you see video playback right here, and into the battery options, make sure that you don't have it for optimized for battery life if you're using a desktop or a laptop that is plugged in, and you choose optimized for video quality. Now let's change the appearance of Windows once more to improve the performance. You can close the settings menu right here, go into the search bar and type performance. Right here you're going to see adjust the appearance and performance of Windows. Click on it. Now right here I recommend you guys that you select everything off and you only let show thumbnails instead of icons, show window contents while dragging, and smooth edges on screen fonts. These are the most important ones to make Windows look a little bit better. Everything else, again, is going to use a little bit of resources from your PC. You don't really need them. It's not going to look so good when you're in Windows, but it's going to give you better performance in games. You want to click into Apply and then into OK. Now you want to open the Advanced tab right here and you want to go into Virtual Memory. You want to click into Change. What is this virtual memory? This is a cache overflow. In the moment that your PC runs out of RAM memory, this is going to create a virtual memory inside of your hard drive or SSD and to allocate all of that data that needs to be inside of there. Now you want to unselect the automatically manage paging file size for all drives. I recommend you guys that you don't choose your main drive or your SSD if you have more than one, and you click into no paging file. And in the ones where you have an SSD, leave it into system managed size. And you want to click into OK, Apply and OK. Now let's do some small changes into the registry editor. For that, click into the search bar once more and type regedit. Right here you're going to see the registry editor, open it. In here you want to go where you see H key local machine, expand that menu. Now go into software and expand that menu as well. Search until you find Microsoft and expand that menu once more. Now you want to scroll down until you find Windows NT. Expand that as well. Current version, expand that once more. Where you're going to see multimedia, expand that as well, and into system profile. Now where you see network throttling index, double click into it. And you see on the value data 1A, make sure that you have selected hexadecimal, and instead of the A, delete that, and you want to type 7 times F, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now click into OK, and underneath where you see System Responsiveness, open it as well. Once more, make sure that you are into hexadecimal, and you want to change the value data from 14 to 0. Now you want to click into OK. Now, without getting out of here, where we are into System Profile, expand that folder, and you're going to see this one task expanded as well, and in here you're going to see one folder called Games. Open it. Now, you can see right here, GPU Priority. Double click into it. Make sure that you have the value data into the number 8, and it is in hexadecimal. Click into OK. Now you want to double click into Priority, and in here you want to change the value data from 2 to 6. Click into OK. Now right here into scheduling category, you want to double click into it. This is going to be a little bit different as what we did before, but you want to change the value data from medium to high. And make sure that you have a capital H on front of it. Now click into OK. Now we are done with the registry editor. You want to close this. Now, as a last advice, I recommend you guys, if you are struggling or having problems still after this guide, that you check any software that you need to have open at the same time that you're gaming, like for example Discord, and remove hardware acceleration, so it's not going to use those resources from your PC to run that application. That is pretty much for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to drop a like, and a subscriber is more than welcome. See you on the next time, guys. Bye bye.